be with us throughout this meeting, that our decisions are beneficial to our city. I pray for all of our city employees and department heads. I pray that you're blessing over them, keep them safe. Ask that you forgive us for any ways we fail you. And for in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Somebody may have to mute your phone if you're moving around. Okay. All right. First on the agenda is public hearing for the budget year 2024 fiscal year, which starts in October. I guess you got some copies of it. If anybody wants to get a copy, you can see Frankie after the meeting. So, anybody here concerned with the budget? Got any suggestions or complaints? Well, no, not complaints, but comments, yeah. All right. If not, we're gonna move on to departmental business. New on the light, gas, and water. Mr. Maddox.
Mayor, board,
And Bill.
got a few things tonight. The first one, I want to approve a pay request to Atwell Gent Engineering for the work done in August, design services on our communication system, $121,625.13.
All right, can y'all all hear Bill pretty good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, we need a motion to approve that. Got a motion by Will, do I have a second? Second by Kevin Dale.
Second.
All right. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Motion carries.
Mayor, on the second item, we've got an opportunity to apply for some grants on our electric system. It's, the money's coming from the Department of Energy, and TVA is coordinating the grant requests that they pool together several utilities across the Tennessee Valley. You know, we're one that are working with them. It is a large number of projects. It's a pretty big wish list. 14 projects that total about $46.7 million. And I told you all a little bit about the projects previously. If depending on how they fall, we could potentially fund really just about all of these with money that we already have. There's a match required. Again, the match varies by project, but there's a path for us to get a large portion of these projects done with existing funds. Of course, if we're successful in getting the grants and we don't like, what the financial mix is going to do, we don't have, we can back out at that time. But we need board approval to submit these 14 projects through TVA for this. It's called a Grid Resilient Innovation Partnership, or GRIP grant.
All right, he's asked for approval to approve the application of 14 different electrical system projects or grants for them, for the projects. What's the will of the board?
So moved.
All right, motion by Keith, second by, I can catch a second. Kevin, Drew, all right. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
The next item, we need approval to enter into negotiations with AT&T for I'm not sure if it's an antenna. We're still trying to figure out exactly what they want to put on the Apple Street water tower. It is something regarding 5G service. And they have approached us with a lease rate. We'd like the permission to negotiate with them regarding this lease. And we will, maybe we'll come back to you and kind of work it through you and let the board know what we'll come back with.
Okay. All right, y'all hear that?
Yes.
All right, and then Kevin Dale, you made that motion?
Yes.
I have a second.
Yes.
Second by Drew. I mean by Parks. We'll skip Parks. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Mayor, on this next item, we need to get a contract in place for more or less the construction assistance purposes for electric, gas, water, and wastewater purposes. This will probably be multiple contracts, and this just have a firm, more or less on retainer. When we have an emergency need on one of the systems, or we have a construction project that's too big for our crews, and we already have established rates, somebody we can bring in just to help us out in those instances. We'd just like to get approval to advertise our RFP for these services.
So moved.
Got a motion by Will. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right,
Second.
Parks, Eastern and Beachy. All right, any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Mayor, on item 5, we'd actually already advertised this, and we're ready to award a low bid. There's MDOT is replacing the bridge in Marshall County, and we have got to relocate gas facilities. This MDOT's going to pay 100% of the relocation cost. Apparently, it's federal money, and when we advertised, did the bid the first time, we didn't realize it was what some of the bid requirements. Now that we realize it's through federal money, there's some, I guess, some more extensive requirements associated with the bids. We need to go back and re-advertise this project for MDOT.
Okay, what's the will of the board here?
So moved.
Motion by Kevin Dale, have a second?
Second.
Second. You got that. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mary, this next item, it's probably 3 or 4 years ago when we had some torrential rains. Our sewer main got washed out over on Kings Creek near Myrtle Road. USDA approved a fix on it, which we did it as they approved it. Did not last very long. Within about a year, it washed out again. So they've come back with another design, and again, they're willing to pay the majority of the repair costs, I think. So the bid is we've advertised this. The group that's won is A&D Construction out of Thaxton. It's for, their amount is $48,950. I believe USDA pays 75% of that. We'll be out about $10,000 on the fix, but we'd like to get approval to award this bid at A&D Construction.
Okay, what's the will of the board here? Motion by
So
Parker,
moved. So,
do I have a second?
second.
Drew, was that you?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Mayor, this next item is on emergency declarations or purchases that we had to make. I guess it was a couple of months ago. We discovered a sewer situation we had behind George's restaurant. Again, we weren't really sure what was at the root of it. We got a Paul Smithy Construction in to help us with it. It ended up being a fairly extensive fix. We had to replace the manhole. It was very deep beyond what we could reach. They spent several days out there working on it. The total repair cost on that was $22,380.50. And that's for that, the emergency sewer repair between 116 Highway 15, behind 116 Highway 15 South, and between there and East Bankhead.
You got something in writing for her to put in?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I've got the invoice, and I can give you whatever kind of supplementary material on it.
Maybe just let her say what it is.
Okay.
No vote necessary.
No vote necessary. Okay. Item 8, Mayor, is a new hire request. Our wastewater group, those guys have interviewed several folks. We're going to hire a gentleman named Robert Hancock, who on Highway 478, just west of town. He's for a job in the wastewater department.
Okay, everybody hear the name? Robert Hancock?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Do I have a motion to hire Robert Hancock?
So moved.
Motion by Will, do I have a second? Second by Parks.
Second.
Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you. All right, community development.
I'm gonna get off.
Okay,
Tim?
yeah, I got you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I mailed my report earlier to y'all today, but tonight I'm here to ask for a financial commitment from the city of New Albany for the new grant program that the Mississippi legislature passed last year for Mississippi Main Streets. This grant will be for wayfinding signages for the downtown area. And that grant is due this weekend, and with it, I need to submit a resolution that the city has committed funds as part of the matching part of the grant program.
You got a price?
I said
How much?
70,000.
70,000. That's our part.
It's a $400,000 grant.
This is applying for
So moved.
Have you already
No,
applied for it?
This is the first year for it, so I have to apply for it. Mississippi Main Street Board will choose which grants they think are worthy. They'll take those grants and then the state legislature will have to approve it.
I got a motion by Keith. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Paul. Any other questions or
Hey, Tim,
Hey,
Tim,
yes.
this is Keith. I support it, but I'm not the one that, I think that was Drew.
Oh, Drew.
Yeah, that was
I'm
me.
sorry.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay. Drew and Parks. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Police Department, you got anything? Chief?
No, sir, I don't have anything, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Park and Rec,
No, sir, I don't have anything.
Fire Department.
Hey, we can't let it go without somebody else. I've got two items. I sent the email on it. Sorry I sent it late, but I was waiting on a quote on one of them, and it never did come in. So, first thing I've got is a new hire. We want to replace Hannah Overby. Hannah left and she went to the metro area to pursue her career a little bit further in paramedic side and flight medicine. So she left us last month, and the replacement is Holden Little. Holden is a 2023 graduate of North Pontotoc. He lives in Egg Crew, and he passed all of our entry exams, but he will have to go to the academy within the 12 months. The personnel committee that I put together for the hire, this is who they recommend.
Okay. Y'all hear that? Okay, Holden Little. So the chief recommended the hire for fire department. What the will board?
Make a motion to be
Parks.
approve the hire.
Got a motion by Parks. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Will. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Second thing is our AFG grant we had that we were awarded for $35,500. We actually got our quotes and we came in under budget, which is good because anything less than $10,000, we're eligible to take that and ask for it to be used in other equipment. So that's great. That's a good deal. What we did was we put it out there for fillers to get what we were looking for. What we were looking for was a gear extractor washer and then a drying cabinet. And the guidelines we had, based off of the extra money we had that we came in under budget, we were able to actually go up in size. But we did have to make sure that we stayed within the constraints that we had in the room that we had designed. I've got three different quotes on the drying cabinet, and Darley was supposed to get back with me to give me my third quote on a washer, and they did. So it's no problem though, because NAFCO out of Decatur, Alabama, and Goldie's out of Tupelo gave us two good quotes, and NAFCO is going to be our lower quote. We've made an honest effort to try to give everybody a good, fair opportunity, but we also did look at warranty, and we also looked at make sure that it was American made. The grants really like it when we do that, so we made the effort to make sure that it was American made, and also the warranty, and make sure that the warranty was good. And the gear, equipment, dryer has a better warranty through NAFCO, and so we're going to recommend that we go with NAFCO for a total of $26,670. That was their quote. And the federal part of it will be 95%, which is roughly, or right at $25,336.50. And our 5% portion is $1,350, and it's to be paid out of the fire fund. So
Okay.
and Frankie's got the actual quote. I gave it to her just a minute ago.
Now we need permission to purchase washer and dryer with the carriage tractor.
So moved.
Got a motion by Will, have a second.
Second, this is Keith.
Second by Keith. All, any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
As
Any
a side,
opposed?
sorry.
Okay, motion carried.
As a side note, I'll make sure that I put in writing why we did, to put it with the grant, that way if anything ever comes up and we get audited, it'll explain why we did and how we did, and the reason we went with it.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move to the street department. Johnny, you got anything? Okay, thank you. Building inspector.
Got
Anything but the monthly
Just a
report?
monthly report, we didn't have a zoning meeting.
Okay. All right, y'all see the consent agenda? Unless anybody wants to call attention to any of those minutes, we'll move on to the action agenda. Any update on storm shelter? I hadn't heard of one. Okay, then item B is to accept assessed valuation for 23 and 24. And that's what we get from the tax office last.
Like I said, y'all love updated.
We need to accept that assessed valuation that the tax office sent us first.
So moved.
Got a motion by Will, have a second.
Second, this Drew.
Second by Drew. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Item 2 is accept the tax levy for 23-24. What is that?
I sent a email on that too. It's just a set the school tax levy and an hours changes if y'all decide to change it.
Okay.
They're staying the same.
Yeah, not increase.
Yeah, there's no changes.
All right, we need to accept the tax levy for 23-24 years.
There was no change, correct?
Right.
Frankie?
No,
Okay, that's what I thought.
So moved.
Got a motion by Will, have a second. Second by Parks. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item D is to approve Three Rivers redistrict contract. You know, we've met with them once already and we'll meet with them some more, but this is the last meeting to accept their contract and get them to pay for it for the redistricting because of the census. So we need a motion to approve the contract with Three Rivers and they're gonna pay for it.
Randy, you've reviewed that.
So moved.
Got a motion by Keith, you got a second?
Yeah.
Well, that was there.
That's one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, I did.
Drew and Keith?
Sorry.
Motion, all right, now we go for discussion.
That's just a contract that they're
They're
ones
one
first.
first, had the price on there, which I think, if I remember, right, was 8,000.
Yeah, I think so.
When I quoted it 10 years, it was like 20 or so more for private companies.
Yeah. All right, any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Drew, you said. Okay, budget discussion. We gonna do that or not? Not tonight, all right. All right, let's go to item F, is approved final order tax exemptions from ad valorem taxes, and I got a few here. Premier Phone is one of them. Fusion Furniture Incorporated, plant number 2, and Fusion Furniture Incorporated, plant number 3. And Sugary's Bakery, Ltd. That's the, what was asking for a exemption from ad valorem taxes. Is that for 10 years, Rick? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all know all that. We've done it.
Yeah, they were already approved in early summer, and that'll come to final approval after Department of Revenue.
Okay, final approval on those four. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Will, have a second. Second by Parks. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, we'll go to item J, and that's to consider executive session for possible litigation matter. We got a motion.
So moved.
All right. Motion by Parks,